Good morning, CLC, and welcome to another daily devotion. We are looking at 2 Corinthians chapter 3 today, and it says this: Are we beginning to commend ourselves again, or do we need some letters of recommendation to you or from you? You yourselves are our letter, written on our hearts, recognized and read by everyone. It is clear that you are Christ's letter, produced by us, not written with ink, but with the Spirit of the living God, not on stone tablets, but on tablets that are of heart and flesh. So the people that have been influenced by Paul and by the disciples, by the apostles, these people are now becoming the embodiment, the people, the church that Paul has been building them and training them to be. They're becoming that, which is good, but he's also saying, make sure that you know that this is not from yourselves. This is not solely by your own doing. Yes, you have worked for it, but it is Christ that is working in you. And he goes on to say, we have this kind of confidence towards God through Christ. It is not that we are competent in ourselves to consider anything as coming from ourselves, but our competence is from God. He has made us competent to be ministers of a new covenant, not of the letter, but of the Spirit. For the letter kills, but the Spirit produces life. So again, all the confidence that you're gaining as Christians, that you're going out to the world, you're doing the work that God has asked you to do, you're creating the church, you're spreading the good news. This is all good, but this is not solely from you. Have you ever read a magazine or seen a movie or watched a commercial and you see all these things, and these things are supposed to boost your confidence? If you dress a certain way, if you eat something, if you do this or this and this will help you boost your confidence, which is good to an extent, but it can only take you so far. What the Bible is now saying is that, remember, this is not solely from you. It's not solely from the world, but this is from God, from knowing that you have a relationship with Christ. That is your boosted confidence, because you now have assurance that you're going to be with Him one day when you enter heaven. He goes on to say, now if the ministry of death, chiseled in letters on stones, came with glory, so that the Israelites were not able to look directly at Moses' face, because of the glory from his face, a fading glory, how will the ministry of the Spirit not be more glorious? For in the ministry of condemnation had glory, then the ministry of righteousness overflows with even more glory. In fact, what had been glorious is not glorious now in comparison, because of the glory that surpasses it. For if what was fading away was glorious, what endures will be even more glorious. So think back to the Old Testament. Moses had actually come face to face with God, and to the fact and to the point that his face began to glow anywhere that he went. It was bright, it was beautiful, because he had seen the glory and the miraculous glory of God. And so Paul's now saying to us, what more will your life produce? What glory, what will shine around you when you walk in Christ, when you do the things that He's asked you to do? Have you ever noticed when somebody accepts Christ into their life for the very first time, they seem to have something just completely different about them? That's the glory of God. That's the confidence that God has given them to go out into the world and continue to preach the gospel. It says, therefore, having such a hope, we use great boldness. We are not like Moses, who used to put on a veil over his face so the Israelites could not stare at the end of what was fading away. But their minds were closed. To this day, at the reading of the Old Covenant, the same veil remains. It is not lifted, because it is set aside only in Christ. Even to this day, whenever Moses is read, a veil lies over their hearts. But whenever a person turns to the Lord, his veil is removed. Now the Lord is the Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. We all, with the unveiled faces, are looking in the mirror at the glory of the Lord, and are being transformed into the same image from glory to glory. This is from the Lord, who is in the Spirit. So that glory, the one that we were talking about, when a person has Christ in them, their life changes. The very essence of their being, their walking into a room, there's just something different about them. That's the glory of God that's coming through them. And we want to see that continue to be in all of your lives. So as you continue to walk and grow in Christ, that glory will continue to reveal itself, and you'll become more and more like Christ, which is what we're trying to do with our lives. We're trying to show the world what it looks like to live a Christ-filled life, to live a life that is honoring and pleasing to God. Thank you so much for joining us for today's daily devotionals. We hope you have a great day. God bless you.